Today, the Seattle Mariners have finalized a trade with the Milwaukie Brewers in which the Mariners will be receiving infielder Kolten Wong along with $1.75 million in cash, and going to Milwaukee will be outfielder / DH Jesse Winker along with utility man Abraham Toro. Kolten Wong is a left-handed hitting second baseman who should slot into the Mariners' everyday lineup, potentially sharing some time with Dylan Moore at second base. Looking at their splits, Kolten Wong had a .277 batting average versus righties last year, just a .138 batting average against lefties last year. But in his career, he has a .263 batting average against righties and a .254 batting average versus lefties. So overall in his career, not a huge difference. Wong will be filling the hole at second base that Adam Frazier left behind, as Adam Frazier is now a free agent. Kolten Wong will become a free agent after the 2023 season, and he's set to make $10 million this year, which is why I believe that the Mariners received $1.75 million in cash to help reduce that payroll hit. And when looking at a spray chart, he is relatively pull heavy, so the banning of the shift heading into next year might make him a candidate for a positive regression. So for the Mariners, this move fills up the hole at second base as well as clearing up some clutter in the outfield / DH. And I do expect him to go out and get another impact bat, whether that's a corner outfield spot or a DH spot. And Justin Hollander did confirm this today, saying that they're looking for any way to lengthen their lineup, and that it might be one of those corner outfield spots that gets that job done. The $1.75 million green bills the Mariners will be receiving were likely printed by the Federal Reserve in 2020 or 2021, and as I mentioned, that should reduce the impact of Kolten Wong's $10 million salary for 2023. And right now, as it stands, the Mariners are the 16th highest payroll in the MLB, and of course this is before all of the big name free agents have signed their deals. The Milwaukie Brewers are receiving outfielder / DH, likely only DH, Jesse Winker, who's coming off of a very down year for the Mariners. He had just a .219 batting average after the year before for the Reds having a .305 batting average with 24 home runs, 71 RBIs, and a trip to the All-Star game. Jesse was dealing with some injuries in 2022, and he was quoted saying, "I think it was a culmination of a few things. If you don't mind, I don't want to get into too many details, but there was a couple of things going on with my body that I'm looking forward to taking care of and getting healthy." So Jesse Winker is definitely a candidate for a positive regression. If you look at his career average, it's much higher than how he performed last year. And although things might have ended on a bit of a bitter note based on the rumors coming out of the Mariners clubhouse, we want to thank you for that brawl in Anaheim. That was great entertainment, and it also sparked the 14-game win streak for the Mariners that really turned their season around and lit the flame under them to get them going and make the playoffs for the first time in 21 years.
The delivery and hit by the pitch is Winker. Now Winker is heading to the Angels dugout and both benches empty, and here come all the relievers from the bullpen, and we have a brawl right now over by the Angels on deck circle. Punches being thrown everywhere. This is an all-out brawl.
And as for Abraham Toro, he's a bit of a wild card at this point. He's a switch-hitting utility guy that was brought over from the Houston Astros back in 2021 in that deal for Kendall Graveman. He did provide an awesome moment soon after that trade was finalized, in which he hit a grand slam off of Kendall Graveman.
Pitch number 8 to Toro. He drills this! Drilled and crushed, and this is gone!
But there hasn't really been the opportunity for Toro in this Mariners lineup to get everyday reps. He played in 95 games in 2021, 109 games in 2022. He batted .239 in 2021 and .185 in 2022. Now, back when the Toro trade happened with the Astros, the rumor was that all the analytic guys were super high on Toro because of the underlying stats. So we'll see if, like Winker, if they can have a change of scenery and really take it to the next level. So overall, I know this isn't a big splash like a lot of fans were hoping for. This will 100% take them out of the big name free agent shortstop market. The Mariners got a little bit better for next year, as well as clearing up some at-bats for both an outfield or a DH. The Mariners are not done making moves. And keep in mind that the Mariners have already gotten quite a bit better for next year by adding Teoscar Hernandez. With the infield spots now filled, this might be an opportunity for Mitch Haniger to come back and rejoin the Mariners, either in an outfield spot or as DH. It also might provide an opportunity for them to sign someone like Andrew Benintendi, or maybe make a push for Brandon Nimmo, although that is less likely just with it looks like how much money they're going to be spending moving forward. With Jerry DiPoto's comments on the Mike Salk show the other day, they're very aware of the payroll to both today as well as moving forward, and they know that guys like George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, and Cal Raleigh, players that Jerry DiPoto said are foundational pieces of this team, they're all going to be hitting free agency around the same time in about 5 years. So they have to keep the payroll down the road in mind. So you don't lose players like that because you went out and got a Trey Turner or a Brandon Nimmo or both in the same offseason. Commit $200 to $300 million to both players down the road and then handcuff you to not be able to sign those foundational players that you had brought up through your farm system. And as I'm making this video, Jacob deGrom just signed a 5-year, $185 million contract with the Texas Rangers. This is making him the second highest paid pitcher in all of baseball at a $37 million AAV. I'll be making another video right now talking about that Jacob deGrom extension, so be on the lookout for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this trade, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all Mariners offseason news. I'll also put a video right here for a video that you might like.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.